Oh, no, he's not a woman. He's not. He's a man with a mental health issue.
Try this again.
So, Dylan Mulvaney, um, he's crashing out over this video, or he was a couple days ago. I could not find it anywhere except for Jay Dillon's YouTube, so I just screen recorded it, so you might hear his voice in the background a little bit. But yeah, I've already watched this a couple times, and the more I watch it, the more ironic and misogynistic and gaslighty it is, and so backwards. And I'm sorry, Dale, you're not a woman. It's been established. It's not just opinion, it's fact. But my opinion on this video is just my opinion based on what public figures post on the internet. So don't send in disparaging, discouraging, or harmful comments. That is all I ask. Okay, so here we go. Let's see what Dilly has to say.
Again. And if I do cry, I'm sorry, but I have not cried publicly on here in like 2 years, which I...
No, that's not true. What has been 6 months? Okay.
think is pretty impressive.
How about just don't cry at all?
So if I do, just let it happen. But
And it will.
I'm Dylan. Hope it's a good time. I maybe haven't been on your For You page in a really long time.
Thank God.
I don't make as much content on here anymore.
Yeah, because you already grifted the shit out of the internet, out of TikTok. And now you're irrelevant.
I've kind of put a lot more energy into other things. I've been writing, so my book came out earlier this year. My play just got announced today. And that premieres in New York in the fall, and that's a dream come true. I've spent my whole life performing, and this is...
Oh, do you see that right there? He spent his whole life performing, and this is his greatest performance yet. Skinwalking as a woman.
always been my dreams. And so today was supposed to be a really happy day, and then I open this app and I see this video just on my For You page. I didn't even go looking for it. And it's a woman diagnosing me as mentally ill, calling me...
Dylan, up until, 10 years ago, gender dysphoria was considered a mental illness. They changed it to pander to the trans community, okay?
And it has 50,000 likes. And when I got on this app 3 years...
And also, 3 years ago you got on this app, and you're crying over one woman's opinion and acting like she can't have an opinion.
ago, it was like...
And I'm sorry for pausing, but if you are so secure in your identity, one woman, this little blonde lady from Texas, calls you a man, and then it's the waterworks.
my happy place, and I loved talking about my transness, and I loved sharing it with you all. And this app, still to this day, has brought me so many of the good things in my life. I live in a beautiful house. I have great friends. But lately, it has just been a source of all bad things.
And stay off the internet. Like, nobody's asking you to stay on the internet. You've already grifted enough money. You'll be good for the rest of your life. Just keep, picking up, Nike ads and Bud Light or whatever, if they'll have you.
Because I think there should never be a moment where we normalize someone else diagnosing another person's mental illness without them knowing it.
She does know it. You are mentally ill. It's a fact. You are a man who thinks they're a woman. You don't even just want to be a woman. You believe you're a woman. You believe that you're a female. And you were born a man. You'll always be a man. And when you go out, you're going to be a man too. Your skeleton gets dug up. You're going to see the pelvis of a man, the bone structure of a man. It is what it is. It's a mental illness. Gender dysphoria is not a diagnosis. Transgenderism is not a diagnosis. Gender dysphoria is a symptom of something bigger. Okay, anyway.
And then having people confirm that I think it's sick. I think that's a mental illness. I think what she's doing is a mental illness. I think a lot of what people are doing in the comments.
Yeah, she has a mental illness, right? Okay, she's speaking the truth. This is the truth. You're a man. Like, this is reality. I mean, Dylan, you need to get off the internet. Like, for real. Like, your brain is fried.
I really can't think. I've been thinking about this a lot. I don't think I've ever left a mean, spiteful comment under anyone's post.
Yeah, but you've posted that people who misgender people should be in prison. That's a whole other side of crazy, okay? You might not be threatening people over comments, but you want people to go to prison for calling you a man.
Let alone, just try to rake someone across the coals, and in a vicious way. And I don't understand it, and maybe somebody else can make me understand, or at least tell me why it feels so good. Like, I just wonder if it like feels good, like after they post that, or after you leave that comment that's so nasty or negative. Is it a rush? Like, maybe I should start doing that if it's that good of a drug.
Oh my god. Fucking drama queen or king, whatever. But anyway, she's allowed. We are allowed to have opinions. It's her opinion. Actually, no. I won't say it's a fact that you're a man. It's a fact. It is her opinion that she doesn't agree with you calling yourself a woman. And she finds it offensive. That's her opinion. I find it offensive. You will never be a woman. Many people have come to that consensus. I believe Dylan has single-handedly torn down the transgender community with his just shenanigans. Like, call it whatever you want, woman face, whatever. Like, it is what it is. He's skinwalking as a woman, and it's so obvious that he's like, it's stereotypes. It's his persona, his, facade. It's a stereotype of woman, and he doesn't call himself a woman. He calls himself a girl, which is a whole other issue, and it's weird. Okay, let's continue.
Because you feel offended by it, doesn't.
What I find really interesting about the timing of this video is that the play that I wrote is a lot about transness, and it's about my transness. And I've been worried, like, oh my God, do we even need to hear about that right now? Or
no, we don't. We really, really, really don't. Because you guys are so massively hurt that literally nobody cares anymore. Nobody cares. Okay.
Like, it just feels like I'm beating a dead horse. Do I keep talking about this thing this small part of who I am, and like am I
small part, your whole identity, everything about you, everything you talk about is about your identity. It's about your transness, whatever. Okay, carry on.
And just keep talking about it. I just want to move on. I'm trying to move on in my life and my womanhood.
Womanhood, okay.
And then I see this video and I know that I can't. And that's why I wake up every day and I feel stuck. Because my existence and our existence, trans people's existences, are being debated on such a large scale.
Now, back to the womanhood. If your womanhood is equated to plastic surgery, fake tits, and shooting yourself with estrogen every day, listen, your little group, all the trans, everybody, y'all be alright. Y'all be alright. We don't care anymore. We don't care enough to pander. Like, it's not about you anymore, okay? Listen, I'm part of the LGBTQ, whatever, very unpopular. I'm bi. You know, that's very unpopular. I've been told I should be pansexual because that's more inclusive, but I've been bi for like, I don't know, 20 years. So I'm going to go ahead and keep that. But also I don't talk about being bi like 24/7. Like it doesn't even like, it's not something, it's weird. It's personal. You know what I'm saying? Like it is what it is. I just because people aren't talking about you all the time doesn't mean that you're going to disappear. Okay?
That a day without realizing that feels nearly impossible. And to sit with that, to look in the mirror every day and have to go, I see you. I know who you are.
You don't know who you are. Well, you do. You're an actor. That's what you are. And you look back at old videos. He's been on TV shows. He's been trying to get famous forever. Came out as non-binary because his videos of him as a gay man wasn't working out. Ooh, the non-binary picked up. Oh, trans is cool. Okay, now I'm a woman. And then the first video Days of Girlhood, the first video was like literally just one big stereotype. Anyway.
I know those people are wrong. It's exhausting, and this woman wants it to be exhausting for me. She wants me to be crying right now, and I know I
don't think she cares. I think she's just, this is her opinion. She's allowed to have it. You're allowed to have your opinion. This is your opinion. Nobody says you can't talk about this. I have plenty to say about what you're saying, but you feel free to say what you want to say. That it is what it is.
I usually try not to
Adult
acknowledge those videos or these horrible people because it gets them more views, and it just usually creates more of a mess. But I want her to know, whoever, I don't know what your name is. I'm so sorry. No, I'm not sorry. I don't know what your name is. I didn't look, but I want you to know that you will never exhaust me to the point of not being able to see who I am.
How hard
You don't know who you are. You don't know who you are. It is what it is. If you knew who you were, you would ignore all the hate. You would ignore all the whatever opinions, okay? But people are going to have opinions. People will continue to have opinions till the end of time. And you're just going to have to deal with it. Don't come on the internet and cry and beg for sympathy. Just move past it. Because, listen, if somebody was harassing me, calling me a man, calling me a man, calling me by the wrong pronouns, telling me I'm a man, it's not going to bother me. Because I know who I am. I'm a woman. I mean, it is what it is. Like, and if you're so offended by the truth, that's a you problem. Like I said time and time before, we are allowed to speak up, and you're speaking over women. Like you've been doing that for your entire career. You're speaking over women. If, you're a woman, you would understand that, right? But you don't. You don't, because you have co-opted womanhood. Grew your hair out, a little Botox, estrogen shot in your butt. And, yeah. That's what makes you a woman, I guess. Anyway, we're going to end the video with this. I really like what this lady had to say in this video. Yeah.
try, or what I wear, or what I say, or what surgeries I get, I will never reach an acceptable version of womanhood by those hateful people's standards.
Dylan, we don't hate you. Far from it, but what we want is an apology. In fact, you yourself even admitted that there are not enough surgeries and not enough clothing options in the world for us to believe that you have an acceptable version of womanhood. You are right, and that's never going to change. That's because the only version of womanhood is the biological version. When your mother received you in the delivery room, your doctor did not say, "Congratulations, it's a boy," for now. He ended it with, "It's a boy." I also think you need an apology that's got to be delivered to the generations of women that went before us, who only 100 years ago received the right to vote as equals with men. Go ahead and give it away, but I sure won't.
Yep.